It was to these shores of Coromandel, the long coastline in the eastern side of South India, they came from ancient Greece and Rome. Here they arrived in search of textiles and rice, spices and condiments, peacocks and elephants. And it was from this southern coast that the culture of India went and influenced the life, philosophy and religion of East and Southeast Asia. The ancient travelers crossed the turbulent seas on catamarans, and to this day the local fishermen use these wooden contraptions in their daily battle against the imposing ocean. Here on the shore was once the renowned harbour of the Pallava Empire, where in the period between 5th and 10th century AD were carved a series of shore temples, testimony to the artistic brilliance of the mighty Pallava dynasty. The rock surface of these temples are filled with reliefs and panels, a cavalcade of men, gods and animals. And where the surf of the imposing seas washes the rock carvings of Mahabalipuram, the silent stone sentinel is an important clue to one of history's enduring enigmas, the mystery of a vibrant port town strangely abandoned by its rulers. "60 kilometers north of this solemn and grand monument is the city of Madras, the capital of the state of Tamil Nadu. A city which over the years has grown into a sprawling and throbbing metropolis, an industrial and commercial center, but a city where the values of culture are still cherished and embodied. The terracotta dance, with its bizarre makeup and attire, its haunting music and dialogue, is a component of South India's rich folk tradition. The entertainment for the masses by these wandering troubadours is almost always inspired from ancient Indian mythology. Here we watch a scene from the epic Mahabharata being interpreted at a late-night show. But in spite of this ancient cultural lineage, historians claim the city of Madras is barely 350 years old. It is claimed on 22nd August 1639, Francis Day, a representative of the East India Company, was granted the land to establish a trading post at a spot which grew into the Madras city of today. By the end of the 17th century, Madras was the chief British settlement in India. But by 1774, Calcutta had become the capital of Britain's Indian Empire. The British may have forsaken Madras, yet the city still remains true to much of its fascinating historical past, and vestiges of its colonial legacy are seen in many places of interest in and around the city. The bells of St. Mary's Church ring in one of the oldest Protestant churches in India. Generations of worshippers and clergy have left behind mementos. The paintings and the artifacts of the church tell the saga and story of those men and women who came from the faraway lands to found the empire in India. "350 years later, modern Madras is a fascinating kaleidoscope of color and lifestyle, the blend of the traditional with the vibrancy of modernism. Culture is the enduring leitmotif. The biggest cultural impact has come from the resurrection of the ancient form of song and dance, music and theatre. Kalakshetra, the temple of art, is one of the world's most renowned institutions of Indian classical music and dance. It is modelled on the ancient Gurukulam system, where the teacher and the disciple lived together in Spartan simplicity, while the students dedicated themselves entirely to the teacher's knowledge. Today, tourism has become an important commercial activity. The metropolis is proud of her broad and long beach line, the marina. Its modern hotels and amenities ensure that the tourist gets a comfortable vantage to enjoy the ambience of this city of destiny. A city which is constantly changing, yet seems to remain the same, wedded as it is to its cultural heritage.
विश्वं विष्णुर्वशत्कारो भूत भव्य भवत् प्रभुः भूत वृद्भावो भूतात्मा भूत.
Madras is dotted with numerous Hindu temples, and one of the highlights of the religious calendar is the grand procession of 63 canonized saints cast in bronze that circumambulate the 4 streets that surround the Kapaleshwar temple in carnival exuberance. These bronzes are borne in palanquins preceding the giant sculptured chariot which bears the deities. For the tourist, the religious and cultural flavor of Madras gives it an insight into the density of its heritage and the abiding eternal grandeur the city offers.
विश्वं विष्णुर्वषत्कारो भूतभव्य भवत्प्रभुः भूतकृद्भूतभृद्भावो भूतात्मा भूतभावनः भूतात्मा परमात्मा च मुक्तानां परमागतिः अव्ययः पुरुषः साक्षी क्षेत्रज्ञोऽक्षर एव च योगो योगविदां नेता प्रधानपुरुषेश्वरः नारसिंहवपुः श्रीमान् केशवः पुरुषोत्तमः
The Ganapati festival celebrates Lord Ganesh, the god from the Hindu pantheon worshipped as remover of all obstacles. The statues of this gentle pot-bellied god with his elephant trunk and human torso is taken out on the 10th day of the Ganapati festival through the streets of Madras to be immersed in the seas. This act being symbolic of death and regeneration. And in this celebration lies the charisma of a city which can truly be called the gateway to the south.
na